What is up? What is up, NV gang? And it is the New Orleans Pelicans post-game show. That was a crazy game. Can everybody hear me? Is everything good? All right, so that game was something crazy against the Pelicans. Oh my God. This team is showing what the potential really can be for the future. Can everybody hear me? Can the stream hear me? All right, so this was a great game. I wrote a ton of notes, so let's get into it. So this is the first preseason game of the whole season, and the Pelicans really showed out. Great defense, great all around everything. The energy was there, and I'm really trusting Stan Van Gundy as the coach. Now, I'm not going to try to make this too soon, too early, but I loved what I seen. Now, of course, it's only one preseason game, but this game was just perfect. Now, quick pointers. Eric Bledsoe did not start. I wasn't too sure how I felt about the Eric Bledsoe trade at first because he's another guard. We have plenty of guards. How is that really going to work with the Pelicans? So he didn't play for, according to the Pelicans, health reasons. JJ Redick didn't play as well, and JJ Redick's a shooter. So we weren't fully at our best, but the Heat weren't at their best either because Jimmy Butler wasn't playing for the Heat. So we had potentially one or two starters not starting, and the Heat didn't have Jimmy Butler playing. So it is what it is. So that kind of balanced each other out. Now, in the beginning of the game, there were a lot of turnovers, like a lot of turnovers. You could see during practices, Stan Van Gundy always talked about, hey, this team is making a lot of turnovers. We're trying to get back at that. But I'm going to attribute that to rust. It's a new group. It's first game of preseason, so there's going to be a lot of turnovers. But I don't think that's going to be indicative of the whole season. I think that the season will pretty much go over pretty well. Again, in the second quarter, you've seen some miscommunication. Nothing too crazy. It's a new group, but you did see some miscommunication. Now, in that second quarter, Lonzo was shooting the three. Like, he didn't shoot at a great percentage this game, but I like the fact that he was aggressive. He was taking it, and he's taking it confidently. Like, he's confident in that shot. Like, last season, when he was perfecting the shot, you could see him getting more and more comfortable as the season progressed, but he looks very comfortable in that shot. And now I'll pose a question to Pelicans fans, people who've watched the game itself. Should Josh Hart be starting? Listen, Josh Hart has been coming off the bench for his entire career in the NBA for the most part. I mean, some games he starts, but he's never been the premier starter. But should Josh Hart get that call up? Now, Josh Hart, he's like a great glue guy. Like he's great at he's great at just being a glue guy. He's great at defense, being that spark off the bench. He can do it all. Josh Hart is one of my favorite players from the Lakers. I just loved it when he came to the Pelicans as well. So I think that's great as well. Let's see here. So, and I think it's also good that the Pelicans are playing the Heat. Why do I think it's good that the Pelicans are playing the Heat? Because the Heat were just in the finals. They still have a good roster. They're playing hard, and they made it to the finals, so they're one of the premier teams in the whole NBA. So for a team for you to play, if you could beat them, a team that was just in the finals, again, it's preseason, but that's great. That's great reps. That's showing what it would look like to play against a premier team. So I'm glad it was the Heat that we get to play first. What else? Now, Nickeil Alexander-Walker has the potential to be a great scorer in this league. Not just a great, but an amazing scorer. Like, I really liked what I was seeing from Nickeil Alexander-Walker. Like, his release when he shoots the ball is just amazing. He's quick, he makes smart decisions, and I'm seeing a huge jump off from last season to this season. So I'm seeing Nickeil, he's going to get a lot of minutes, and he's going to be a major rotation piece. I trust Nickeil Alexander with the ball. Now, Brandon Ingram. If there was somebody to get a game ball, it might just be Brandon Ingram, because Brandon Ingram got hot in the second quarter. When I say he got hot, he got hot. I can see Brandon Ingram and Zion Williamson working together on the floor. I can see it. They just fit each other's game so well. Like, Brandon Ingram can ISO. He was taking people off the dribble, and he was literally just owning it. Literally just owning it. To me, Ingram is worth that max contract. The Pelicans would have been idiots to not sign Brandon Ingram to that max contract. He deserves any penny. Now, again, this is just preseason, but still, I'm glad that Ingram got that max. Ingram is literally baby KD. Now, of course, however you feel about comparing players, but he literally looked like a young KD out there. The mid-range was on fire. The three was on fire. And he slammed it on somebody on the Heat, like second, third quarter. So, Brandon Ingram, bravo. You're definitely a team leader. And it's you and Zion's team at this point. And during the game, Ingram was practically playing point guard. He was literally dominating the Miami's bench. Miami didn't have an answer for him. No one had an answer for him. Ingram wasn't playing when he said he was going to play defense. Ingram really set the tone. I don't know if it's that max contract, because he said it during an interview that I talked to the management, and they said that, Ingram, we want to see you play defense. And he said, I'm ready. I'm ready to be that two-way player. I'm ready to really show it on the defensive end. Because whether it was Luke Walton, Alvin Gentry, none of those coaches were really able to get the defensive side out of Ingram out. Like, Ingram's whole career, has he ever been known as a defender? But the way he was playing defense this game, I don't know. Ingram might make an all-NBA defensive team. It might. I know it's one preseason game. Chill. But still, that was an amazing, amazing performance by Ingram. Like, he really wasn't playing when he said he was going to play defense. And he was literally playing point guard. Like, Ingram's played point guard before, but that passing, that core vision, that skill, amazing. Now, Lonzo was being semi-aggressive in the middle of the game. He missed a floater that we seen him practicing on the offseason, like that little mid-range floater that he got. We seen him do it. He missed it, but he caught his own rebound and made it in. And that's what I like to see. Like, just that aggressiveness. Just, even if you miss your shot, keep doing it, seeing those reps, seeing what you've been practicing. So, get all the reps you can in preseason, Lonzo. I like the aggressiveness. And again, Lonzo, he was taking a lot of shots, but again, he was staying aggressive, and that's what I need him to do. And, I was seeing why we got Steven Adams. Steven Adams is literally a putback machine. Literally, hey, you missed a layup, you missed a shot, he's standing right by the rim, he's grabbing the rebound, and he's putting it back. So he cleans up so much. Just from this one preseason game, Steven Adams is worth the money. People are saying, oh, it's floor spacing. How are you going to do floor spacing with Zion and Steven Adams? How is that going to work? As you can see, it worked perfectly fine. There wasn't an issue with Steven Adams and Zion being together on the floor. They complement each other very, very well. And Steven Adams does all the little things. He's a putback machine, and he literally cleans everything. Again, in the game, Lonzo had a strong drive to the basket. I love to see it. Right off the fast break, too. Now, this is my first time really watching Kira Lewis, the point guard the Pelicans drafted at number 13. And one thing I will say is that kid is very, very fast. He's very athletic, very springy, very torquey, very, very fast. The way he moves, I could see what the players were talking about in the post-practice interviews, that, Kira Lewis, that kid is fast. That kid was zipping around all over the court. I was highly impressed and amazed. He has a lot of potential. The Pelicans were playing great defense. Brandon Ingram was playing in the passing lanes. Again, Brandon Ingram was trying to make a statement this game with his defense. I can see how when you have a defensive-minded coach and a Brandon Ingram that's fully dialed in, what you can do. Because, again, with his past two coaches, they just weren't able to get that defensive side out of Brandon Ingram. Brandon Ingram, on paper, should be a great defender. He doesn't necessarily have the weight, but he has the athleticism, the quickness, the IQ, and the length. His wingspan, how tall he is, he can easily guard positions 1 through 4 easily. So with that versatility, he should have been a way better defender. So I'm seeing that defensive effort and the coach bringing that out of him. So again, bravo to you, Brandon Ingram. And Melly was playing hard on defense too. We got on Melly a lot last season because he wasn't playing that good of defense. Like, his defense was so. Like, towards the end of the season, he started picking up, getting better. But this game, I love the hustle I was seeing from Melly and that offensive output. Like, Melly, keep it up. I really like you, Melly. And to be honest with you, this might be Ingram's best defensive game of his career, just in general. The way Brandon Ingram was going off, like, I've never seen him play this well defense in my whole life. I think it's really possible that Brandon Ingram can make an all defensive team. All defense with the performance I've seen right now. Why not? That performance was something else. I think that if he keeps what he's doing up, the sky's the limit for Brandon Ingram. Why not? Why not? He's playing hard. He's doing what he gotta do on the defensive end. This game was great to watch. Great to see. And I really like the rotations by Stan Van Gundy. I think these rotations really hit the mark. Like, with Luke Walton, those rotations were crazy. With Alvin Gentry, those rotations were crazy. But I can simply not nitpick Stan Van Gundy for his rotations. They were perfect. Everybody got their adequate minutes. In fact, when we go into the box score, let's see here. Zion Williamson, 33 minutes, 26 points, 11 rebounds, 2 assists. Zion Williamson, literally a walking double-double. And what I liked about this game is we seen Zion Williamson with no minutes restriction. 33 minutes. He played the most out of any Pelican in this whole game. And mind you, it was just preseason. 11 rebounds, 2 assists, 26 points. Amazing. Brandon Ingram played the second amount of minutes. He played 31 minutes, 6 rebounds, 6 assists, 22 points. So that's triple-double-ish numbers. Like, Brandon Ingram, he deserved every penny of that max he just signed. Wonderful production. Steven Adams, 19 minutes. He played the third most minutes, 8 rebounds, 1 assist, 7 points. Again, I remember when Steven Adams first got signed to the Pelicans, a lot of OKC fans were saying, oh, Steven Adams is overhyped. Oh, he didn't give us that much output. But I'm not looking for Steven Adams to score. I'm looking for what he did this game. Do all the dirty work, the things that don't show up on a box score, and clean up the glass. Rebound and clean up the glass. Those 8 rebounds were mainly from offensive rebounds. He was cleaning up the glass. So I loved what I seen from Steven Adams. Josh Hart, he started this game 33 minutes, so he played the second most amount of minutes next to Zion Williamson. 4 rebounds, 1 assist, 11 points. Josh Hart numbers, Josh Hart stats, and again, Josh Hart makes a very strong case of should he start. Well, we'll see how Lonzo and Bledsoe fit, but I'm liking the lineup that we have with Josh Hart. Now, Lonzo played 31 minutes, my favorite player in the NBA, 4 rebounds, 6 assists, 12 points. Listen, this was a great game by Lonzo. His shooting percentages weren't all that great, but that aggressiveness. See how Lonzo doesn't need to score 20, 25, 30. Like, Lonzo is not a scorer. As long as he averages over double digits in points, I see high assist numbers. He only played 31 minutes, so imagine if he played 37 or 35. The sky's the limit for Lonzo, and I'm liking what I see. Just stay aggressive, Lonzo. That's all we want. And you could literally be a triple-double threat every single game. Jackson Hayes, 25 minutes, 6 rebounds, 0 assists, 6 points. But again, Jackson Hayes, before first season, he was skinny. He had a lot to learn, but I'm seeing that Jackson Hayes can stay on the floor, and he could be your center coming off the bench. He's earned that. You don't need another center with Jackson Hayes. Like, he's pretty good. Now, Nickeil Alexander-Walker, 21 minutes, 5 rebounds, 2 assists, 14 points. Nickeil can be your backup point guard. From what he's shown me in preseason, again, it's just preseason, it's just one game, but he can definitely be the point guard off the bench. I trust him with the ball in his hands. Melly, 19 points, 4 rebounds, 8 points. Melly, good role player. You had a good to okay game, Melly. I like what I seen. Now, Sindarius Thornwell, 17 points, 1 rebound, 3 points. Again, he's new to the team, role player. These are average to good numbers for him. But again, a lot of potential. And last but not least, Kira Lewis. 10 minutes, which I'm surprised is 10 minutes. It seemed a lot longer than that, but 2 rebounds, 5 points. That guard spot, we're deep at, but we have a lot of potential. And the Pelicans won 114-92. Now, the starters played a lot longer than the Heat starters because the Pelicans got to gel together. Teammates have to get chemistry, get used to each other, the lineups, the rotations. So that final score could be kind of skewed, but a win is a win. And the Pelicans won on 2 fronts. They won, firstly, because they got the reps in. They got to play together. They got the rotations. I'm sure they'll look at film, see what they can get better on. But this was a great rep against a great team. And they won again by just winning the game in general. So great output from everyone. I loved what I seen, and they should just keep it up. But again, it's your boy For All to Envy Gang. Tell me, what did you think of the game? Like, comment, and subscribe. Envy Gang, I am out.